Using crutches. Who should be using crutches? Any patient that is unable to walk without a limp should be using crutches. Crutches help to facilitate proper gait by using the arms to substitute for or supplement leg power. The failure to use crutches may result in delayed healing or permanent or abnormal gait, also known as an antalgic gait. It is important to understand the proper use of crutches. Properly fitting crutches is important. We can select the appropriate gait to use with crutches, and we need to instruct the patient to walk properly. Then we need to observe the patient practicing the gait and give them instructions and provide some feedback. We should also perform periodic reevaluation of gait to make sure that the patient is using the crutches properly. To fit the crutches, adjust the height or the length of the crutch so that only 2 to 3 fingers fit between the top of the crutch and the axilla and the armpit. Adjust the hand pieces so that the elbow is flexed to approximately 30 degrees. There should be a nice, gentle bend to the elbow. Not a significant bend, but a normal bend that you see during walking motion. Next, we'll select a walking gait. We can swing through if all weight is off the injured extremity. Many individuals prefer a 3-point stance for partial weight bearing. We try to use this as much as possible to reestablish normal gait. This gradually increases the weight bearing on the foot or the lower extremity. Many clinicians prefer this as the sooner we can reestablish gait and the patient becomes full weight bearing and pain-free, then the sooner we can remove crutches from the patient. Our walking instructions. Again, we need to establish proper gait. We need to determine how much weight the patient can bear on the foot. We also need to assess and instruct individuals on appropriate stair usage. The phrase, "the good go up to heaven and the bad down to hell," may be helpful. This can help us to remember which foot or leg goes up first when walking up and down stairs. We can see in these images when a patient is going upstairs, we lead with the good leg. The crutches and the bad leg stay on the bottom stair. We then move the crutches and the bad leg up to meet the good leg on the next stair. As we're going downstairs, the bad leg and the crutches go first, while the good leg stays on the top stair. The good leg follows the crutches and the bad leg onto the lower stair. So as we're going up, we lead with the good leg. As we're going down, we lead with the bad leg. This is where the phrase, "the good go up and the bad go down," comes from. This figure illustrates the different gait phases during the swing through crutch gait. This table shows the measured temporal details of the gait phases in normal level walking and the swing through crutch locomotion. In normal walking, the average stance phase is about 61% and the swing phase is about 39%, and they're in agreement with those reported by other investigators. The average cycle duration is approximately 1.12 seconds. The cadence typically ranges from 106 to 112 steps per minute, and the average speed of walking is 1.22 meters per second. This represents a much slower walking speed than that has been reported by other investigators for similar age and height groups. The significance of these differences is pursued in other studies. In the one-leg swing-through crutch locomotion, the average lower limb stance phase was 72% and the swing phase was 28%. The average cycle duration was 1.66 seconds. In this study, the researchers observed that as the degree of disablement increased, the proportion of time spent in a double support stance increased and lower limb swing phase decreased. This was probably to increase stability. In this study, the lower limb swing phase decreased by 11% as compared to the normal gait. Furthermore, it was found that in the swing through gait, the supporting lower limb spent on average 0.82 seconds in a single leg stance. This is twice as long as in the normal walking stance. The average crutch stance was found to be 55%, and the swing phase was 45% of the crutch progression cycle. The average cycle duration was 1.82 seconds, and the average speed of progression was 0.76 meters per second. So we can see a significant difference between crutch walking and normal walking for the stance and the swing phase.